So I came to know yesterday it is a configuration of Hadoop system. So I shown some Word file what is the procedure. So I came to know that one or two members asked, sir, if they ask in exam how to write for this, maybe how to configure the HDFS. So for that, I prepared something regarding this same document, how to write for the examination purpose. I prepared the document. So I will share these PPT, then you can easily understand and then you can write for the examination. So today I am going to be complete of total second unit. By that I will assign some assignment one for internal marks purpose. So please don't neglect and continue. So we already know that working of big data and Google file system and Hadoop system, building blocks of Hadoop. And the last topic is about introduction to the configuration of Hadoop cluster. So how to, the cluster is nothing but we are grouping the things, how we are going to be group the things based upon these Hadoop cluster. We have three types, local and pseudocode and fully distributed. And last one, everything we are going to be conclude with some XML file, so that we are going to. So this slide already we saw in the last class. We already know that the Apache Hadoop is an open source framework that allows the distributed processing of large set of data set across the different clustering using simple program. Hadoop has the ability to scale up the thousands of computers in a single server. So that is that. What is this thousands of computer in a single server? So yesterday, remember the diagram, last diagram I showed. Hadoop cluster system. Downside we have Hadoop systems are there. In downside we have various computers are arranged in racks. So computer 1, 2, 3, so on, n number of computers. All those things are going to be maintained by one particular server. Okay, in these conditions, installation of Hadoop became the most critical. So that only maintaining the 10 or 20 computers in a network, still we are facing a problem. Even if so, now we can see that we have Zoom with 95 students. This also everyone saying, sir, I have a network problem. I have somebody is not able to see this see the screen. Somebody have a audio problem. Everything is there. So if it is like this, so number of thousands of computers are there, then how we are going to be monitor and maintain? So that is again a crucial part. So for this we have three types of Hadoop installation in a different three modes. One is a standalone mode and pseudocode mode and distributed mode. So this is the installation process of Hadoop only. So if they ask in examination purpose, so can you explain how we are going to be do the Hadoop in a single standalone process or pseudocode distributed process or distributed? So what matter we have to write and how to get the marks in this for this one. So the purpose of different installation again. So why? So generally up to now we are installing so many softwares in order to perform the programming. For example, Java we have JDK, we have installation, and C we have Turbo C and we are installation. Everything is going, but we don't have any different installations. But here we have different installations. The purpose of different varying, so the number of computers are increasing. By the concern, we are going to be have a different installation. The first one, when the Apache mode is used to a production environment and multiple servers mode for a distributed computing, but for understanding the basic and playing around the Hadoop, with a single node installation is sufficient. So general purpose we can have a single mode installation is enough. There are other modes known as pseudocode and pseudocode mode. This mode is used to simulate the multi-node environment server. So again, we have node name itself is there. Single node, general purpose we can use it. Simple doing. Last class we discussed about how the word count is there. For that simple programming, so we can have a single mode of installation, standard. So when we have a multiple environment is big, multiple nodes are there, Then we are going with the pseudocode distributed pseudocode distributed mode. Then the document will be discussed and install Hadoop in the upcoming classes. Then for everything we are going to be install the Java version. Maybe it from Java 1.6 above onwards only. So X is a standard number means that is installing. Then so what is this? How we are going to be configured? So please, someone disturbing the class, please mute your mic. So number 25, 14, please mute your mic. So Manasa, please yourself also. Manasa. So please, can someone make a call to Manasa? I think he is outside. Okay. So the majority of Hadoop systems are contained in XML configuration files. So yesterday we already discussed about. So XML files are needed. So everything we are going to be monitored and maintained through the browser. And the getting data also, it is not going to be. We are not going to be stored directly the data. So we are going to be get the data. So like a website manner only. So who is going to be maintain the data? For example, our university results. For example, how we are going to be check your university results. University results are going to be posted in an examination. Number 94. Okay. So through the XML configuration, in order to create a Hadoop cluster, we need to configure several XML files. So we have here 3 or 4 XML files are there. So for that also we have one simple explanation why we need an XML files configuration. So that also we will discuss. In the third unit also we discuss, and here also we will discuss. All these configuration files are stored in configured directory of Hadoop code. So generally we are going to be install a Hadoop code. So that is, this is the simple. Here we were taking an operating system as a Linux operating system. So that's why. Have you heard this one? So dollar symbol. So that is a Hadoop user master. For example, this is the Hadoop user is giving the name of the computer. That's why Hadoop user. Generally in our lab we get the local host, no? Local host server. So that is a master node. Then we have a commands cd ls. What is the meaning of ls? What is the meaning of ls? Can anyone? So we are going to be list all the commands. So we are creating a directory Hadoop home. So once Hadoop is installed, we are going to be configure. So the configuration Hadoop home, we are going to be give the command. So cd Hadoop home. Then we are going to be list. So what are the, so yesterday I shown in the document, no, we have a lot of library files are there, lot of packages are there. So that is all those things. See that. So these all the packages are here. See this minus rw read and write read. Then Hadoop user some 2065 some December. So what are some dates and some previous data we were taking. That's why it is not a present one. That is a previous one. So if once we are going to be give Hadoop code, what are the previous documents are all the. So these what are the files we can read and write. What are the files we can have. So see that all the files are in capacity scheduler.xml, configuration.xml, then default.xml, then see that sh, then Hadoop site.xml. So remaining all are the master slave files. What are that? Then we have an xml.example file. These are so all the files are in the form of XML. So that's why. So not more, not rather than XML file, all are the supported files, which we have generally. If you create in a program, definitely we have. For example, simple we can take Java. So only that executable file. So we have an object file, class file is going to be given. Same way here also we have a supported files are going to be given. So this is the Hadoop home contains the files like this. Then so Hadoop environment.sh defines the Java home environment to point the Java installation directory. So Java, we already said that Java is a predefined software for the Hadoop. So this .sh will use the information about the Java files to the our Hadoop system. So that is Java installation directory. So that is, see that. So 1 second. 28. Please stop your video. 28. Please stop your video. My screen is visible now. Can someone answer it? Hello? My voice is audible?
Sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So this is the one we are going to be used for Java directly. So we are going to be get the Java files to the Hadoop system. Then before 0.2 version, that is Hadoop 0.2 version, the XML Hadoop is a default this .xml and default data. So which are the files we saw before? Once we list all the files which in Hadoop home. So these are the files are there. So these are the files. Then Hadoop default.xml contains the default Hadoop settings to be used unless they are exploratory overridden by the Hadoop site.xml. So this is a simple explanation about what if the files are there, what we are going to be doing with these things. Then the version 0.2 Hadoop site, the XML has been separated out into 3 XML files, that is a core site XML. So this is a HDFS site XML and mapped site.xml. So we already discussed in the previous one. Have you remember? We have XML files to configure. So we have some of the XML files. These are the main XML files we are going to be introducing any model of Hadoop. It may be a standalone or a pseudocode or a distributed model. Everywhere these 3 XML files need to install. So how it will be, what are that XML files? So what type of code will be available? I will show you the simple. So this one we already know that. So Hadoop cluster can be configured one following 3 modes above XML files. So one is a local mode, the second one is pseudocode, and third one is Linux. So this is the main topics of our second. So what is this local and standalone mode? What it is going to be? Standalone mode is a default mode for Hadoop. So this is the default mode. That is, we are not simple how without giving any configurations, without changing, just simply we can install. This is the standalone default mode. When we first uncompress the Hadoop source package, it does not consider our hardware setup. So Hadoop chooses the conservative and assumes a minimal configuration. So and then we can do a simple, we need to understand the Hadoop system, how this map reducing is going. We are not going to be considering a large setup. So we have a minimum number of data are there. So how we are going to be checked whether Hadoop system is working properly or not. So whether we can take some of the data is going to be taking input, whether it is splits, input splits is going to be done properly, whether the mapping function is working properly, or then later on it is going to be combined, then the reduce function is working properly, it is giving output. We can do some simple example, that is a local and standard. So here we are going to be giving the input to the data, we are not going to be considered for any external. So just we are going to be taking a simple manner, and we are going to be conclude all those things there itself. That's why here we are not going to be giving any hardware setup. Just we have our system, just programming language, how we are going to be installed, like the way we are going to be installed, and we can have a minimal configuration. So these how the all the XML files in Hadoop Hadoop site .xml before 0.2 are empty under this default code. So default code for this Hadoop site.xml is this. So XML version 1.0, and the style we have text or XLS. What is this text.xls? So you know that this code, no? XML codes, you know. So that is what is the type. So it can accept the text file or XLS files. It is going to be. So with the H references or configuration of XLS. So we are going to be get the packages. This H reference means we have a hyperlink. So we have a hyper references. Through the references, we are going to be get the maybe a text file or XLS. So then put some, this is a comment, then the configuration and configuration end. So then we know that configuration is open and configuration is. So this is the primary code for default code for Hadoop site.xml code. It's a primary to use to develop the debugging the application's logic of a map reduced program without the additional complexity of interacting with the demons. So we are not going to be demons with the others. Only we are going to be consider one. That one we are going to be perform some map reducing program without any additional complexity. So we are not going to be consider any high level configuration. Just a simple configuration only we are going to be. So this is the standard of. Then next one is about pseudocode distribution mode. So here in this mode, the Hadoop is a cluster of one. So we are going to be consider the cluster scheme with all demons running on a single machine. So we said that this environment we are going to be taking when we have a multiple nodes. So multiple node environment is there. We are going to be consider this pseudocode distributed mode. So here what? So their standard application we have a minimal configuration to produce all those things. Here we have with the demons running on the single mission with all are going to be come into one cluster. So all the nodes are grouped into one cluster. Then we have a question here. So how we are going to be make a cluster? So once we need to make a cluster, what are the things we need to remember? How we are going to be make a cluster? So that is a simple thing. So how we are going to be make a cluster. So the nodes are containing the similar qualities. Some of the qualities are similar. We may consider what the qualities are similar. So we already discussed about this with an example also. For example, we have 3,000 students in our college. So how we are going to be make a cluster? How we are going to be simple cluster is making a groups. How we are going to be making groups? How we are going to be make a groups means how we can say that. So for example, in a broad manner, we can say that boys and girls. So one simple common quality, we are taking a gender. Then we are going to be divide the whole students into two parts. So that is one is gender. So then another one we can take a branch wise. We have again the whole students again we have a branch wise. What will be happen? There is a one group may contains the boys and girls. Yes or no? In IT department we have boys and girls. So in CSE we have boys and girls. So then how we are going to be make a cluster? So what are the basic functionalities, basic qualities we are going to be considered? That will be the main part. So the nodes are allowing to examine the memory usages, HDFS, input-output issues, and the other demons interactions. So if any issues are there, it is going to be interact with one and each other definitely. So how we are going to be listing these again here also in the second mode, what are the files we are going to be XML files. So we have a core site.xml. We already discussed the 3 XML files are there. So remember again I have to show you. See here we have core site XML and HDFS XML and map XML. So these 3 are the basic XML files we need to install. So this is the core site.xml. So here also we have considering the text or XML files with the references. Then we have, there is no configuration in the previous standard alone. We have some configuration, some properties. So default name, and we have some, we are considering some local host names. So we have some description here. Then we are going to be the name of default system is the URL is whose the schemas and authorized determine the file system implementation. So here we are going to be use some configuration. So what type of files we can take. So in previous one we don't have any configuration. We have some configuration here. Then we can proceed. Then what is this? We already said three, no? So previous one is about core site.xml. Then another one is mapped site.xml. So here we have also. So again, a different type of configuration. So, sir, why we are considering this XML file? What the thing is? So main purpose means we have already 5 building blocks are there in Hadoop system. If the building blocks are there, it performing its duty. So how it is going to be performed? So one XML file is going to be take care of it. So see here, this map.xml. So map is name is that, by that itself we can know that. See this description, the host and ports that the map reduce job trackers run at. So here the job tracker is going to be take care about the map reduce function. Then it is going to be see how the map reducing concepts. We already know that how the job tracker and task tracker is going to be performed. So in the second part, the total 5 parts, we have 4 and 5 are going to be configured each and every. So it is going to be communicate each and everything. Then the map reduce function is going to be run by this map site.xml. Then we have HDFS site.xml, core site, HDFS, and map. So these here we are going to be have. So again configuration. So what this HDFS site XML will do? See this here we have a description. So sorry. So for everything without configuration we are not going to be set. With configuration what is? So the actual number of replication can be specified. So the actual number of replications can be specified when the file is created. So once the job tracker and the task tracker is going to be complete its operation, so then it is going to be considered that. So how we are going to be treat these files. Once the file is created, we are going to be concentration about the replications. So, but what is the? Can someone answer it? What is the default for replication size? What is the default size of replication? Default size of replication? The 25. The default size of replication? Please answer it. Can anyone? What is the default size of replication? For that we have a diagram and also explained. Please, anyone? So we take some configuration also. So if configuration based upon the user choice, if not, what is the basic size of replication? The 13. All are sleeping early morning. The 35. My voice is audible or not? Please at least someone answer for this also. Number 81.
Yes, sir.
Just tell me what are the basic size of replication? What is the default size of replication? Don't remember that? three nodes. So last class we discussed we have a 5 nodes are there. In the 5 nodes where 5 blocks of data is there, how we are going to be consider the blocks. So 5 nodes are there. So for that we are going to be consider 3 as a replication size. Total how many? So 15. If you consider one node have 4 parts. So that is a capacity to store the 4 no, blocks of data. So how many nodes we need to consider? So if we consider 3 nodes, what will be the happen? So for example, 3 into 4, 3 fours are 12. 3 fours are 12. It is not able to fit. Then we are going to be consider 4 into 4. So that is 60. Maybe one place is left. I remember these calculations I said that on the replication management concept. So there is a default size of replication sizes. We may increase based upon the user configuration. So that is these 3 files. So one file is about core-site.xml. It is going to be take about how the input data is going to be get and where it is the file systems. File system is nothing but DFS. We are going to be considered in the first task tracker class we discussed. So we are going to be get the data input data. The client is going to be give the user is going to be give to the HDFS system. Once the HDFS system is going to be consider the files, then this part is going to be take care about the core site.xml, the input. Then map is going to be see about the reducer function and map function. So how the job tracker tasks is going to take care about. Then HDFS is the main site, which is going to be see about whether after the node is actually placed, created, the data is created. It is going to be check about whether the duplications can be perfectly done or not. So these are the 3 configurations we will do in a distributed. So in a core site.xml and map.xml specify the host and port name node and the job tracker respectively. So this is the explanation. The core site and map, we specify the host name and port of the name. So we know that what is the name node, what is the duties of name node. This is one of the building block of HDFS. What is it? It is a master node. It can maintain and monitor all the data. It can monitor and maintain all the data. So that is. Then in the HDFS site.xml, specify the default replication factor. So it may be, it consider the default, it's showing the default replication. So that is why I asked, what is the default size of replication factor? So we can consider the default size is 3. So we must also specify the location of the secondary name node in the master file. Yes, sir. So where it is a secondary node, so we consider the total 5 building blocks in 2 parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. So name node and secondary node is the one part. It is specified. So we have also, we must also specify the location of secondary name. So the master file and the slave nodes of the slave nodes. How we are going to see it here. So we have some code for this, how we are going to be set these master and slaves. So cat, so command, cat is a command. So masters, then where we are going to be, we are going to be located in the local host. Then cat slaves, we are going to be located in the local host. So we are going to be instead that we are going to be consider the secondary name. What is the duty of secondary name node? What it will do? It is going to be help the name node. So name node is going to be maintain and monitor. In order to maintain and monitor, it is going to be with the help of secondary node. It is going to be this. Then while we are demos all running on same mission, they will communicate with each other using the same SSH. So what is the meaning of SSH? SSH protocol. What is SSH? So many times we are using when we are going to log into the Linux operating system after we are going to do the program. SSH space your name at the rate of some address server sharing. So we are going to be get the information from the basic side. So it is a protocol again here. So through this protocol we have a very distributed. So that's why we are going to be get access the server. We are going to be use the SSH command. Same that is a protocol. So we need to check with the mission allows you to SSH back to yourself. So that is see here SSH space localhost. So once it gives an access, then it will show. So when generally once the SSH is correct, so what type of data is going to be produced at now? Can anyone remember? We are generally log into the lab now. Once you are log into the lab SSH with your register number at the rate of some 192.168 or something address. Once it is login, what? So how we are going to be find out whether your login is success or not? So it will shows what it will shows at the down. Can anyone? Number 7. Number 7. Number 17. 7 series. Can anyone answer it? So it will shows the last login when you have last login. Then later your login success. Then which name you are login, so that it is automatically going to be localhost. So that is enter into the, generally it is in the master place your number along with IT some 13, IT some 17 number will come. So once it is the localhost or once we are login properly to the lab, then it will show here. Then in the above command results an error, then set up your SSH by the following. So if you are getting any error, so that is the localhost is not going to be setting up properly, then we have error comments are there. So SSH keys in something codes are there. So by these codes we are going to be get verified. Then next we need to format the name node by using the format. So again formatting of name node, we have bin. So where that name node was stored. So then name node hyphen format we are going. So if you have any errors. And to launch these demands by using the start all.sh script, the Java JSP commands will list all the demands. So see here, so bin start.all.sh, then we are going to be give all the JSP files, what are the things are there. So JSP, so 2678 JSP. So there's a numbers. So how many task trackers, how many secondary name nodes are there, name nodes, data nodes, and job tracker, everything is going to be mentioned. So this is everything for example, while we are running a Java program. So how we are going to be do? So vi space java dot class name dot java. Then we are going to be compile. So Java C. Then later we are going to be run the program. So dot slash dot out, something we are going to be comments or we are going to be this. Once the comments are using, how we are going to be getting the information. Same here also start all dot sh, we will use the command with the list of the demands to verify the setup was successful. So we need all the things. So what are the building blocks of Hadoop? So name node, data node, secondary name node, task tracker, and job tracker. So everything is set up properly. If anything is missing, so then we have a problem with that. Then we need to. So once we can complete all those things, how can we shut up means? So bin dot stop all that. So how we are going to be use the start? Same how generally program is completed, we are going to be type exit, we can enter. Once we can type exit, how we are going to be come out from the directory. Then we can exit enter, we can come out from the server. Then type exit, then we can come out for the. This is automatically in the general lab, automatically the terminal is going to be closed. The same way here also we can shut down. So the meaning how we are going to be start, we need to know the same way how to stop the process. So the fully distributed mode, the last one we have. So the actual Hadoop cluster runs on the third node. So this is the whole. The first one we are going to be see about, you can consider a simple data without configuration. We can simple things we are going to do. Second one is about we are taking some multiple nodes we are going to be consider. So here we can consider the whole the system. The fully distributed node emphasize the benefits of distributed storage. Again, so in the previous one we have nodes are there, multiple nodes are. Here we have a distributed storage and the distributed computations. So in this discussion, we will below the following. So we have a master node and a backup and a Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, Hadoop 3. These are the we can have it called as the slaves. So what is the duty of a master node? The master node of cluster and host of the name node and the job tracker their nodes. So what is the need of a master node? It's going to be a cluster the host of the name node and job tracker them. So it is going to be take care about the master. Then what is the meaning called backup? The server that hosts the secondary name node. So the secondary name node here they take care about the backup process. Then Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, Hadoop 3. These are the slave boxes of the cluster running at both. So for running both, for running the slave nodes and master nodes. So master nodes are the name node and the secondary name node. The slave nodes are data nodes. The data nodes are containing the data where these Hadoop 1, 2, 3 are going to be run at. The data node and task tracker are demos. Again, we have a separate. What are the things we are going to run here? The name node and task tracker. So the building blocks we divide into a two categories. One is name node, secondary name node, and job tracker is the one part. And the second part is about data node and task tracker is the second part. So that is the main difference between these building blocks. So here also we have different type of, again the setups will be. So here we are going to be do the overall setup. So that is the modified version of pseudocode distributed configuration in previous diagram. It is used to say skeleton for our cluster setup. So from that to this we have some more configuration files. So here we are specifying the master. So previous one we are going to be see the local host here. In the place we are going to be see the local host. Here we are going to be see the master. Now we are going to be in a fully distributed mode. We have a master, then backup, and third one Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, Hadoop 3, same way. So same file system core site with the use of file system implementation, and map is used about the reducing concept or mapping concept. So this is the continuation of this one. So this file continuation here we have properties of configuration. So this is either map reduce and everywhere here we are going to be consider previous one we are going to be consider the local host. Here we are going to be considering master host. Then what is the duty of HDFS site.xml? It is going to be check the replications. Same. So the duty of that particular XML files are there, but how we are going to be considered, whether we are going to be considered for a multiple environments, for a multiple nodes, or a distributed environment. So that is fully distributed. So we can simply say that both pseudocode distribution is there, fully distribution is there. There we are going to be consider the minimum number of nodes. Here we have considered the fully distributed. Name itself is fully distributed. So the pseudocode is a simply we can name it as a partial distribution. So have you heard the word pseudocode? Pseudocode I am going to here. Have you heard in the previous? Generally, while we are writing a program, first we are going to be write algorithm, then pseudocode, then the code implementation. The pseudocode gives the partial execution of a program. So by that we can, in algorithm we are going to be mention the statements. In pseudocode we are going to be mention the comments also. So what are the comments we are going to be using? How the if loop is going to be. So there in a pseudocode there may have some syntax errors also. But in a program we don't have any syntax errors and semantic errors. Then figuratively we can. This is the fully distributed. So these 1 and 2 and 3 are, see that we have one here. So see one here. So this one, please be remember this one. It is going to be take about the master node of course array. Then we have a second one. We have a job tracker. How we are going to be take. And third one is about the specification of replication. So about these three, the key differences are we are explicitly shared the host name for the location of name node 1 and the job tracker 2. We increase the HDFS replication factor advantages of distributed storage again here. That is the 3. Recall the data replication across the HDFS increases the availability and reliability. So again, wherever we need these concepts, we need to implement, we can directly. So the fully distributed mode, then we also need to update the master and slave files, reflect the location with the other elements. So we are considering here the whole data, that is distributed data we are going to be considering. Again, in the previous also we are going to be use the command cat, we are going to. So here, there we are going to be see the local host. Now here going to be consider the Hadoop. See that in the master contains the Hadoop and the slaves are contained Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, Hadoop 3. Can I show the previous one? How it will be the this? See this? So the cat command, where is the cat command? So, so here that is difference is in the pseudocode distribution we are going to be use the local. So see here in pseudocode distribution we have a cat master, we have a local host. But in a fully distributed mode we have backup. In a cat slaves in a pseudocode distribution is a local host. There we are going to be used as what? HDFS Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, Hadoop 3. These are and so on. This is based upon again we have more number of replication sizes. If you consider the default R, we are going to be taking about the user configuration. Then we have a Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, Hadoop 3, and so on. So we can format. So how to format, and we need to know that what are the things are there in Hadoop in fully distributed mode. So bin.hadoop name node format. We can do the format by using this command. Now we can start. How to start? Same bin start all.sh. Once we can give this one. So what are the things will be different? So in a previous one we have only 5 name node that 5. So here see that job tracker, name node, and JSP. And JSP again, it is going to be divided in a different parts. One JSP is this one. Another we have a JSP with the secondary node. The job tracker JSP, it is a dividing which every part is given. There is going to be shown the common all at one place. But here every JSP is going to be divided and mentioning. So the first part name node and job tracker. The second part name node is going to be helped with the secondary name node. Then another one is about a task tracker, and the data node will be the one. So these are the different. So the file size is also going to be increased here. So because once the replication concept is done. So in the last class we discussed, we have the size of 128 or 512. It may be how we are going to be the size will be 3 into that size. That will be. So the block structure we were discussed in the data. So this is the fully distributed mode. So this is a simple thing how we are going to be configure the HDFS and XML files. So we need to remember the these things. This the HDFS code. So it is visible to everyone. It is visible to everyone. So this one. So we need to how to configure the XML files and what is Hadoop code. So Hadoop basically Java is need to install for. So this is about the second unit, second topic. For yesterday we gave an simple how we are going to be configure the thing. So today we gave with an explanation regarding for your examination purpose, what we have to write if I ask, so what is the fully distributed mode, how to write, what is the pseudo distributed mode, what we have to write, what is the standard mode, what we have to write. So please be remember that concepts, then easily you can write. So there is no need of reading here. So if you go through, so differences you can remember, then you can easily write in the examination. Any doubts so far? So once the lab is established, when we can go through all those things, how to install everything. No problem. So is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. I think we'll start the next third unit by tomorrow. I think it is only 4 minutes left. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Then I will explain. So meanwhile, I am shifting the slides. If you have any doubt, you can ask me to stop. Then you can ask me doubt, then I will explain. So these are the three different modes: standalone and pseudocode mode, and fully distributed mode. In standalone, we have minimal configuration. We don't have any external because we are considering here as a simple nodes only. One simple input data we are going to be give to the system, then we are going to be check the output. Simple input output process. So for this we have an XML file, and pseudocode we are going to be consider with the clustering nodes, and we are going to be consider only one cluster. The cluster may contains a group of nodes. So here we are going to be considering only one cluster. So in fully distributed mode, we are going to be have a distributed. So that is, we can consider the more clusters. So that is the same meaning. So here the cluster is going to be considered. It is going to be stored in our local host. Then we are going to use. So for every pseudocode and fully distributed, we have a 3 parts. So one is core site XML, mapped.xml, and HDFS XML. Then core site is going to be take care about the data insertion to the file system. Then mapped is going to be take care about the map reduce to the job tracker concept. Then HDFS is going to be take care about the replications, how to maintain the replications. Once the data is created, the file is created, how it is going to be take care about the. Then pseudocode distribution mode, how it will be. So what is the cat, how it is going to be, the cat command, how it is going to be master slaves, how it is going to be local host is going to be. So we are going to be consider here the clusters in the local host. The next one we are going to be consider the clusters in a 3 different manner. So that is one is a backup, another one is Hadoop 1, Hadoop 2, and Hadoop. So these are the main differences with the 3 different configurations along with the XML files. Okay. Hello. Do you have any problems? Or else we can wind up the class. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, then I will answer it, or else we can leave the class.